On the news, tax reform bills, when finally enacted, will exempt all employees earning 85,000 naira, says Senate leader. Correspondent reflects on engagements between lawmakers and citizens in the course of the year 2024. Plus, State Houses of Assembly passed 2025 appropriation bill. Good evening and welcome to NTA Parliamentary News on Boxing Day as we wrap up year 2024. I am Amina Saidu. We begin the news with Senate leader Okoyemi Bamidele reassuring Nigerians that their resolve in pursuing reforms in different sectors was purely in the love of the country. In a statement, Bamidele says this intention is more than evident in the case of tax reform bills 2024, a set of 4 initiatives consciously designed to reverse the country's disturbing economic indicators. He added that lawmakers have taken due note of public concerns about these initiatives, as well as looking deeply into the areas of public concern. He said, as Democrats, their duty is not just to listen to constituents, but also give effect to policy initiatives that will positively impact their lives. For the record, he said the tax reform bills, when finally enacted, utterly exempt all employees earning 1 million naira annually or 83,000 naira monthly, exempt startups, shared services and technological-driven services from taxation, and recommend zero VAT on essential services and consumptions. Even though it reviews the derivation formula to 60%, this proposal is guided purely by the principles of equity, fairness, and justice. The new model, Bamidele noted, will eventually guarantee a significant increase in VAT distributable to every state of the Federation. As credible data has shown, he stated further, for instance, the new model recommends 6.17% to Kano compared to 0.89% currently due to it. It recommends 1.21% for Zamfara compared to 0.05% currently. Lagos gets 80.26%, but the new model also recommends 15.28%, representing an 81% decrease. Under the new model, also Rivers' share will decline from 7.74% to 4.6%, accounting for 41%. With these figures, the narrative around the new derivation model is utterly incorrect and unfounded. Amidst the debates on the tax reform bills, he assured Nigerians that Senate shall never pursue any agenda outside oath of allegiance or undertake policy initiatives with conflicting interests and welfare of all constituents and indeed the nation. Meanwhile, the 10th House of Representatives has demonstrated commitment to regional development and socio-economic growth through legislations that address critical needs of the Nigerian people. This is the submission of Speaker Tajuddin Abbas and other principal officers at an interactive session with diverse interest groups in Abuja. National Assembly correspondent Mitari Ikpen reports.
State of the House 2024 is a first-of-its-kind legislative scorecard at the end of the year. For the leadership of the House, updating citizens and getting feedback are crucial steps to improving the legislative agenda of the 10th Assembly. 1,351 bills passed by the House in the last 18 months are tailored to solve citizens' challenges.
Like the minimum wage amendment bill, which doubled the national minimum wage of all public workers in the country and even private. I'm sure that bill, if we are to rate today, perhaps it will come number 1 because of the reach and the significance and the impact it makes in the lives of our public servants in the country.
State policing is one of the thematic areas for our constitutional amendments, and we want to make an informed decision with regards to that space.
This current budget, the 2025, the President has proposed even an increase in security because it affects every sector.
And what we have insisted is that we should be a little bit more transparent and open to Nigerian people.
It was a platform for frank questions and direct answers, and citizens believe Accountability by the leadership of the House is the way to go.
We're expecting that they should do more and of course listen more to the people, just as promised by the Speaker, so that the laws they are going to make should be as desired by the people.
It is expected for us to hold government accountable. This time around, we did not go there, but it is the House that called us to tell us what they have been doing. I think it is a good initiative.
We should have more of this at the grassroots level. Let them go back to their constituencies and speak with the people, their constituents, feel their pulse, know what really they want.
The House leadership hopes to sustain the platform for dialogue as part of its quest to operate an open parliament. From the National Assembly, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
The House of Representatives prides itself as a people's house, and this reflected in a series of engagements between lawmakers and citizens in the course of the year 2024. Among a flood of bills passed in the year under review were crucial legislations that have impacted on the socio-economic well-being of the Nigerian people. Again, National Assembly correspondent Mitaire Ikben brings us an overview.
In line with a component of its legislative agenda to operate an open parliament, the House of Representatives threw open its doors to multiple citizens' engagement in 2024. An open week in Parliament created platforms for citizens to bear their minds on issues such as constitutional role for traditional rulers, the quest for state police, local government autonomy, and gender mainstreaming.
My message to you today is that your voice matters.
The leadership held a town hall with youth groups featuring cabinet ministers who highlighted interventions to keep the youth at the center of the renewed hope agenda. Also in the year under review, Speaker Abbas was up close and personal with young Nigerians under the Legislative Mentorship Initiative. On October 1st, Speaker Abbas chose to mark his 59th birthday and Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary with students of public schools and later internally displaced persons at the Kabusa IDP camp in Abuja.
I advocate for you.
To mark the 2024 International Day for the Girl Child, the Speaker made history by temporarily vacating his seat for 16-year-old Isabel Anani to preside over a special session for highlighting the rights of girls in Nigeria.
It takes a lot to vacate your seat for, a girl, an adolescent girl. So I think he's very open-minded, and bringing this initiative together means that he wants to see the change as well.
Isabel was chosen for this prestigious role after emerging first among candidates across Nigeria as part of our effort to empower young leaders.
The House was also in solidarity with 16 days of activism against gender-based violence when its leadership led an advocacy work.
The National Assembly will do everything humanly possible to ensure that all forms of violence against women and girls are drastically reduced, if not completely eliminated, in the very near future.
A novelty in 2024 was a joint sitting of the National Assembly on May 29 with President Tinubu in attendance to mark 25 years of sustained democracy in Nigeria.
Continue to collaborate, work together, build our country. We have no other choice.
On this occasion, the reintroduced national anthem was sung for the first time. The presentation of the 2025 budget of restoration by President Tinubu was another remarkable ceremony in Parliament in 2024. The 10th House of Representatives has so far introduced 1,351 bills. Notable among 89 bills passed so far are the National Minimum Wage Bill, the Southeast Development Commission Bill, the Northwest Development Commission Bill, and the Students' Loans Access to Higher Education Act 2024, to mention a few. Over the past year, the House addressed 240 public petitions and resolved 40 cases, processed a total of 679 motions, while its standing committees undertook 107 oversight visits to ministries, departments, and agencies of government. Now, the leadership of the House says sustained citizens' engagement will be the outlook for 2025 to engender robust inputs in the business of legislation. From the National Assembly, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
Amid concerns by some segments of the Nigerians on the departure from the January to December budget circle, which was achieved in the last 5 years, Chairman Senate Committee on Navy, who is also a former governor of Ogun State, Senator Gbenga Daniels, spoke with NTA Parliamentary News on the situation. President Tinubu presented the 2025 budget proposal before a joint session of the National Assembly on the 18th of December 2024.
I have a very strong feeling that within the first week, the first month of January, the budget will have been passed. Now, if that happens, it will have no effect whatsoever, because you know that there is an unwritten rule that prior to the budget being passed, the government can spend a certain amount on usually the recurrent expenditure and overheads. So that is what is actually most important within the month of February, March and February. And I'm sure by the time people now want to hit the capital expenditure, the budget will have been passed. The issue of January to December is just simply that is usually the financial year that most people are following. And it is important that since the audited account of organization and by extension the state is something that happens between January and December, it's only, let's say, important that the budget, everybody knows from the beginning of the year what exactly is their limitation, what their targets are, what their priorities are, and that's what it's all about. But by and large, the fact that the budget may not be passed before January does not affect the process of governance in any way, not at all. That when you also look at the quantum of the budget, you can see that whatever has happened by way of devaluation, the money is being brought back. That is why today we have a budget over 40 trillion naira. It's unprecedented in the history of our country. And I'm hoping that if that kind of money can be pumped back into the system, we will then start to see, the ripple effects positively on the economy in general. This is my own perspective.
In another development, President of the 9th Senate, Senator Ahmed Lawan, has visited former President Muhammadu Buhari at his residence in Daura, Katsina State. During the visit, Senator Lawan and former President Buhari discussed a wide range of issues. Senator Lawan, who represents Yobe North Senatorial District in the National Assembly, conveyed the best wishes of his constituents and family to former President Buhari and his family. He thanked the former Nigerian leader for his leadership during his tenure between May 2015 and May 2023, and for his continued commitment to the development of Nigeria. Senator Lawan expressed his gratitude to President Buhari for the warm welcome and for continuing to provide wise counsel and guidance when needed. President Buhari expressed his appreciation to Senator Lawan for the visit and for his continued support. Moving on, the National Assembly Service Commission has approved the appointment of Bashir Yeru as the Deputy Clerk to the National Assembly. Also appointed by the Commission during an emergency meeting held this week is Ibrahim Atiku as the Secretary of the Directorate of Procurement and Supplies, while Liman Sanda takes charge as Secretary of Estate and Works at the National Assembly. A statement signed by the Deputy Director of Information, Emmanuel Anyigo, on behalf of the Chairman of the Commission, Ahmed Amshi, indicates that the appointments effective February 2nd, 2025 were in recognition of hard work and administrative competence. It may be recalled that the Commission recently appointed Kamaruddin Ogulana as Substantive Clerk to the National Assembly, also effective February 2nd, 2025. Time now to go on a short break. News continues with reports from the State Houses of Assembly. Don't go away.
Are you looking for a short channel to make your business, goods and services go viral? Look no further, as NTA Parliament is your sure channel. Take advantage of our wider reach and advertise your products and services on NTA Parliament DSTV channel 370, GoTV channel 126, StarTimes channel 306, and Free TV channel 706. For more inquiries, contact the Marketing Department, NTA Parliament, NTA Headquarters Area 11 Garki Abuja, or call these numbers 080 383 40464 or 080 770 78055. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. You're watching NTA Parliamentary News, reaching you from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. You can follow us on the platforms showing on the screen for more updates. In the same vein, the Borno State House of Assembly has approved an appropriation bill of over 615.8 billion naira for the 2025 fiscal year. This follows the resolution of the Committee of Supply during the House plenary session. Kaigama Mustafa completes the story.
The budget represents an increase of 31,100,225,000 naira from the initial proposal of 584,757,725,000 naira submitted by Governor Babagana Umar Zulum. The chairman of the House Standing Committee on Appropriation, Bukar Ali Bebenishek, representing Kaga constituency, explained that the budget increase target funding for selected ministries, departments and agencies, as well as the Borno State House of Assembly. Key agencies expected to drive this revenue growth include the Borno State Internal Revenue Board, Borno State Geographic Information Service (BOGIS), Borno Express Corporation, and Borno State Traffic Management Agency (BOTMA). Leader of the House, Tige Mohammed, representing Kala Belge constituency, moved the motion for the third reading and adoption of the budget, which was seconded by Usman Lawan Moruma of Mabur constituency. In addition to passing the budget, the House confirmed appointments of chairman and 4 members of the Local Government Service Commission as requested by the executive arm of government, with Modo Alhaji Musa confirmed as chairman alongside Atiek Irima Saleh, Maji Abba Aji, Engineer Mala Garba Barma, and Adamu Tinta as members. The plenary also confirmed key appointments for the House of Assembly Service Commission, confirming Mohamed Gogo Abdullahi as clerk, Shetima Garba as deputy clerk, and Barrister Abdullahi Abba Kumaga as secretary. In Maiduguri, Kaigama Mustafa, NTA News.
Also in Gusau, the Zamfara State House of Assembly has passed the 2025 appropriation bill with a total budget size of more than 546 billion naira. The passage followed presentation of report by the chairman of the House Committee on Finance and Appropriation, Rilwanu Anka. Bellosani was there for NTA News.
The 2025 budget was passed by the House of Assembly with some amendments, increasing it to more than 546 billion naira as against the over 545 billion naira presented to it by the state governor. The budget passage, which followed, depends by state ministries, departments, and agencies, in addition to scrutiny and debate by lawmakers, was increased by 1 billion naira. Presenting the report before the House, the chairman House Committee on Finance and Appropriation, Elwan Marafa Anka, said the increase was to reflect the needs and aspirations of the people.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, at the end of the committee's assignment, the sum of 146 billion, 14,575,000 only is now recommended for issue and appropriated from the consolidated revenue fund of the state in respect of the year ending 31st December 2025 for the purposes in the schedules.
Some members who contributed to the bill described the rigorous work of the committee as highly commendable. After due deliberations, the House Speaker, Biliamin Ismail Moriki, in unanimous agreement, directed clerk to the House to give the bill its start and final reading.
Bill for law to provide for the issue an appropriation from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the state, the sum of 546 billion 14,575,000 naira only for the fiscal year ending 31st December 2025 as specified in the schedules. Third reading.
With this development, the budget is to be forwarded to the state governor for assent. Ngusau Bello Sani, NTA.
In an effort to approve the spendings of the executive before the end of the financial year, the Kano State House of Assembly has passed the Kano Appropriation Amendment Number 2 Bill 2024. Samira Shira reports that the Kano State Urban Beautification and Landscaping Agency Bill 2024 has also passed second reading.
After consideration at the Committee of the Whole, where the lawmakers were intimated on the provisions of the proposed bill, which includes allocation made to the Disability Commission and people with special needs.
Total budget size of 2024 1440 6AH to stand at 536 billion 559 million 816,357 naira 84 kobo. For the other matters connected therewith is hereby passed.
Meanwhile, the Kano State Urban Beautification and Landscaping Agency Bill has also scaled the second reading and has been referred to the Committee on Lands for further legislative consideration and report back to the House in 3 weeks.
Some of the functions of the agency include designing, beautifying, and maintenance of the public pavement, walkways, and premises of all bridges and underpass in the state. Administer, maintain, manage, and keep custody of all parks and gardens in the state.
Harsh tax, a form of taxes that are going to be punitive to the lives of the common man. But there are taxes that are going to be attractive because Kano is a center of commerce.
It has been adjourned to Monday, the 30th of December 2024. From the Kano State House of Assembly, Samira Hamisishira, NTA News.
Now, lawmakers in Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly are tasking construction companies handling road construction works in the state on quality job delivery. This came to the fore as the House Committee on Appropriations and Finance inspected some ongoing road projects in the state. Nsika Kokun tells us more.
For the past 2 weeks, the House Committee on Appropriation and Finance has been holding budget defense, where all the heads of ministries, parastatals and agencies appeared to defend and appraise the funds appropriated to them in the year 2024 by the state government. Challenges and way forward were raised, and to ascertain how funds given to them were used, the committee commenced an inspection tour of some construction sites, and the first point of call was the Tabernacle underground drainage along Kalabaitu Highway, where work is in progress. The construction of the drainage, according to the managing director, SIC engine started around June 2024 and was seriously affected by the rainy season, where the residents were not comfortable as the highway was blocked. The managing director, while commending the state governor for using indigenous construction companies for most of the ongoing projects in the state, assured of work delivery by the end of January 2025. The chairman, House Committee on Appropriation and Finance, and member representing Uran State Constituency, Itore Etim, commended the construction company for a job well done. She says the essence of oversight is to look at the level of work done to ensure quality is delivered in line with global best practices.
Percentage completed. At what percentage? We've gone halfway, 30%, 20%. What's the percentage?
At this point now, we've completed about 80-85%. Pleading with the people that are living in the surrounding areas that we will work with the ministry we've started grading of the surrounding areas, and we'll work with the ministry to see what we can do to ease their pains, that their roads to be better for them.
What interests me most, you've done a good job.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
From beginning to here, you guys have done well. Thank you.
The 12 meters underground drainage is about 85% completed with ductile metal piling. Nsikak Okon, NTA News.
Upake village in Ajakuta local government area of Kogi State has recently come under increasing rate of kidnapping of community members who are predominantly farmers. This came as a motion of urgent public importance raised on the floor of the House by member representing Ajakuta State constituency, Abuja, calling for urgent security intervention. Jacob Sani reports.
Speaking on the matter, member representing Ajakuta State constituency, Abuja says there have been frequent reported cases of attack by unknown gunmen leading to loss of 3 lives. He went further that this has caused panic in his constituency, calling for urgent security action.
Farmers can no longer tend their crops, and travelers fear passing through the area en route to Kogi or Agenabode in Edo State. Absence of adequate security measures has emboldened these criminals, turning Upake into a hotspot for violent crime. Concerned about the development, and on behalf of my constituents, I urgently call for intervention. While it is the duty of government to protect its citizens, it is our responsibility at this hallowed chamber to bring this critical matter to government's immediate attention.
Other lawmakers affirm the incidents and applaud the state governor, Ahmed Usman Ododo, for his proactiveness in addressing insecurity in the state. Resolving on the matter, the House resolved for the establishment of a police post at Opake and in the neighboring Adogu and Ugodo wards.
Please communicate with relevant agencies so that action should be taken to provide security for the people of Opake community, Adogu and other communities. Also, kidnapping and on the rising list in even Apata or Badana community. Unfortunately, the tribes affected mostly this time around are thief people who are doing their lawfully business, farming in our area. Please, we call on government, please step in and take necessary action.
Jacob Sani, NT News.
And that report concludes parliamentary news for Boxing Day. For more updates, kindly follow NTA Parliament on the platforms scrolling on your screen. NTA Parliament wishes you a Merry Christmas and a fulfilling New Year 2025. Thanks for watching. Once again, I am Amina Seidu. Bye for now.